Alright, y'all, welcome to another run on ATS. We are in Davenport, Iowa, and we're heading to Jefferson City to the Farmers Cooperative with a load of cattle equipment, so gates, weighing a whopping 6,000 pounds. So it's a nice little run down through Missouri. So yeah, we should have plenty of time to make this run. Next rest stop is we'll have plenty of time. I think we'll get there at night, but that's okay. Yeah. So anyways, let's shut up. Let's get on the road here. So, like I said, I'm going to keep doing these ag loads, construction loads, all that kind of stuff. So, at least that's the goal anyway. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Let's move the seat back just a titch. Nope. Nope, I guess that's as far as back we're gonna go. I can't quite see the whole mirror, that's why I'm trying to adjust, but whatever. I think half our run is going to be driving through Davenport. But yeah, we're, like I said, I'm going to try to do some ag type loads and construction type loads.
Go straight up. That's right.
So but yeah, I got the real company mod on there now, so we actually have legitimate companies. Crowd Cow, okay. That's a weird name for a pizza joint. That's a really... What in the hell? But yeah, oh yeah, there's the Ashley Furniture pivot. I've actually seen those, it's pretty funny. If you're not a fan of Friends, then you probably don't know what that's all about. But no, I was actually watching a podcast last night on YouTube, and it's I can't remember the name of the damn podcast now. I knew it until I started talking about it. But, is it Real Freaking Rodeo? Or, so I can't remember now. But anyways, they had an episode about J.B. Mauney, and I love J.B. Mauney. I've been a fan of his for a long, long time. And, yeah, some of the stuff he was talking about was pretty interesting. So that dude is one of the toughest sons of bitches on the planet. I'm not even shitting you. It's crazy just how tough that guy is. He's had how many broken bones? He's fucked up his shoulders multiple times. What finally retired him was his broken neck. And supposedly it broke the vertebrae. It was literally 1 millimeter away from paralyzing him. And I didn't know. I know that his broken neck kind of retired him because he's also I watched the PBR team event a lot. I try to watch that as much as possible. They had a documentary series. Whoa! So we got one lane blocked off. He must have done something really bad then. But anyways, yeah, I watched the team series a lot. Now, the first season they did the teams, they had a documentary series about it, and I can't remember what streaming thing that was. I want to say it's on Amazon Prime, maybe. But, of course, living in Tennessee, I'm rooting for the Nashville Stampede, and the very first season that they did this, the Nashville Stampede won. And so that was pretty cool. And so, but yeah, JB Mauney is a coach of the Oklahoma Wildcatters, and so he's been actually really busy with that. He said he didn't realize how busy he was going to be, but since his retirement in 2023, he's just been doing a lot of buying and selling bulls, being a stock contractor basically, and trying out bulls and testing bulls, and letting people practice and different things. And he said that he's built all kinds of panels or pens and stuff for different bulls and all that. So he's buying and selling a lot. That's what he's been doing since he retired. But yeah, that dude's one tough son of a bitch, because he's had I don't know how many broken bones. He's had a lacerated liver, which should have killed him, but it didn't. His shoulder was so bad, he broke the shoulder blade and tore the rotator cuff had those both things happen at the same time, and that really, he said those were a pretty tough injury to overcome. But after that, he said my shoulder's just never been the same, and he did that a handful of years ago. And he said that the one day he was out there messing around with his bulls and stuff, and he said it absolutely freaking just popped. And he said now he's got more movement back into that shoulder again. So he's like, yeah, it hurt like hell, but he's like, at least now I got a little bit better, shoulder function. And so he's had all sorts of injuries. And I want to say he's broken his back before too. The lacerated liver, they said he shouldn't be alive with that, because he's like, and with the broken neck thing that ended his career, he should have been paralyzed. And it's funny though, is his wife's name is Samantha, and so is mine. And so he's talking about his wife getting on his ass about something, and it's just like, I kind of felt like, I get it, because, you know, I have a Samantha that's on my ass once in a while. Yeah. His son, Jagger, he's like 6 years old now, I think he said. And, he's been riding some, calves and stuff, basically. And he said, I've never pushed it on him. If he wants to be a bull rider, he can be a bull rider. If he wants to, you know, whatever he wants to do, but he's got to give it 110%. And so he said he's never pushed it on his son, but he's like, his son wants to get on bulls and stuff, or his calves and stuff, and he'll ride. You know, he'll do that a few times a month. He said, but like when he's got his guys over practicing, a lot of the guys on his team are within like an hour or so. And so he has this thing where he does practice every Tuesday night, I think he said, over at his place. I think, what's he call his place? The Bucking Ranch or something like that. Full buck, something like that. He's got a really good setup there where he lives, and he's got all kinds of bulls, obviously, from buying and selling, but he's got a lot of real good setup for riding and things, and yeah, he's definitely got her all set up real nice. And so, like you said, every Tuesday it's mandatory practice, and it's like he said he never went to the gym. You know, he never did that stuff. He's like, now if you want to go to the gym, he's like, okay, that's fine if that's what you want to do. He's like, but he never did it. And so he just got better by riding bulls and watching what he was doing and trying to improve. He never once went to the gym. And I mean, he did, you know, for his physical therapy and stuff, he said he's always done that, but you know, that's just the thing, is he says he never saw the point of it. He's like, he figured the only way you're going to get better at riding bulls is to practice riding bulls. And so that was his thing, and that's what he always did. And so yeah. And he was telling a story about when he broke his neck, and he actually owns the bull that retired him, that ended his career, which I thought was pretty cool. But he was talking about when he had his neck broken. He's in the hospital, and he wanted to get out and walk around. He said, I hate standing still, you know, and so he's like, I wanted to get out, you know, move around and stuff. And he said to the guy, or said to one of the nurses, he's like, hey, he's like, can I get down on that go down the elevator? And she's like, no, you can't do that, because you know, you're not supposed to really be moving around or whatever. And he said, he looked at her and he goes, let me put it to you this way. He said, I am either going to go down that elevator and go outside and have a cigarette, or I will find a place somewhere in this hospital to go hide and go have a smoke. And he said, I'd much prefer plan A. He's like, but I am not above plan B. And so then she was like, okay. So she went and got him, had a guy come up and get him. And he said he went down, gets him on the elevator, he said, which was like a service elevator. And so they basically snuck him out this service elevator, and he said, I'm literally hanging out outside. He's like, I'm hanging out by the fucking by a damn dumpster, smoking a cigarette in my gown and hospital gown and everything else. And he said, I gotta tell you, it was the best cigarette I've ever smoked. I'm like, oh my god, that's hilarious. I might see about stopping off and getting some fuel here pretty soon, because I don't think oh, yep, there we go, Texas Roadhouse. That's what that prime rib roadhouse was supposed to be. But anyways, yeah, I thought that was pretty damn funny. And so, yeah, he said it was the best cigarette he'd ever smoked in his life. But yeah, I like that. Well, I'm either gonna take me outside so I can smoke a cigarette, or I'm gonna find a place to hide in this hospital and smoke a cigarette. I'm not opposed to plan B. I'd rather do plan A, but I'm not opposed to doing plan B. I just thought that was funny as hell. I can see him fucking doing it too. I mean, that dude's just been balls to the wall, you know, his whole career, and he really is a throwback to the old school cowboys, the old school bull riders. And he said you know, of course he grew up in rodeo. He started riding bulls when he was 13 years old. And I mean, even after he retired, he entered in a few rodeos doing, you know, calf roping and team penning and stuff like that. He said he absolutely loves that. And he said it was funny because, oh my god, dude, get around. He said it was funny because he would show up to some rodeo, and you know, he's like, it wasn't like I think it was PCRA or whatever, PCRA I think, but he's like, it wasn't like a huge spectacular rodeo. He's like, but he just wanted to go have fun, so he entered it, and he shows up, and he said there's a whole line of kids, like, you know, trying to get his autograph and whatnot. And so he's like, people were just like, you know, awestruck, like, what the hell, that's JB Mauney.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
But yeah, that dude's a fucking badass in every sense of the word. Just one of the toughest sons of bitches on the planet.
Keep right.
I think I'm gonna pull up here and get some fuel. Let's see here. Yes, I can get in that way. Fill up here. Just because I don't want to run out. Yes, lady, I know. But yeah,
Go straight up.
he says he really enjoys the team thing, and you know, he tries his best to put together, you know, a good team. And he said he doesn't try to do a whole lot of trading back and forth or anything like that. And you know, he said it was a whole different ball game, you know, than how it used to be. And he said in a lot of ways he just got kind of tired of the PBR just because of how they did things and this and that. And that's why when he retired, he started doing some rodeoing. And so I mean, that's what he wants to do. I mean, he said he's living his life and doing what he wants to do every damn day. He wants to go out there and mess around with his cattle and you know, buy and sell and his bulls, and you know, get his son, you know, so he's happy and doing what he wants to do. And, you know, that's pretty sweet. As he said, it's nice. He's like, the thing he likes, you know, the most. He said he does do some like events and different things. People want him to do an event, but he's like, I don't do the, well, let's, you know, I asked how much it pays. He's like, I don't do the whole, well, we'll see, whatever. He's like, you get him how much he's going to get paid, and he'll give you a yes or no. He said because he spent, you know, better part of 2 decades, you know, rodeoing and, you know, traveling and everything else. And he's like, I'm literally doing exactly what I want to do in my life. And he says, I'm going to be hard pressed to, you know, leave what I absolutely love. Oh, fuck this. I'm just gonna, you're not supposed to, I know. But fuck it. He's like, no, I'm hard pressed to get me out of the house and away from everything I love. He's like, so you better come with the, you know, the figure that you're gonna give me. He's like, and then I'll make my decision from there. He's like, because I love being home and doing what I'm doing. You know, and I can't say I blame the guy. I mean, I feel like that when I get home from the road. I don't really want to go out and do a bunch of dumb shit. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't. You know, and it's one of those things where I can totally identify with, you know, what he's saying. Let's see, do I have to make this run? Eek. No, I do. I gotta drop this off. Oh, look at that moon, dude. That is badass. But yeah, I can't blame the guy at all. Not one damn bit. I mean, you built a life and you want to be home, and
Ready to turn right.
I can't say I blame you at all. Hey, I could buy that garage, go take a nap.
Never mind, sugar. I'll find us a new one.
Oh shit! I am supposed to turn down there. Dumbass. Oh, I was thinking it was that place.
Solo.
Where do you want this sumbitch? Over here, it looks like. We're gonna jackknife this sumbitch. Yeah, we are getting a little cockcast here. Set our parking brake. Alright, we did alright there. So, anyways, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for the run here. So, till the next run, take her easy, guys, and I'm going to get this guy to sleep. Alright, adios.